Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you so much for joining for another video. And man, we have some surprising news as Alex Smith, who is the comeback player of the year from this past season, coming back from a gruesome injury in which he almost lost his leg entirely. He had to deal with the injury, and then during his recovery, some nasty infections, and so it was just really gruesome to watch. But last year was a great story. However, he is retiring, he announced, according to Instagram. So, yeah, this comes as a surprise. Earlier today, I know Urban Meyer was talking about the Jaguars had some interest in connecting with Alex Smith, given that Urban Meyer, when he was at Utah, Alex Smith was his quarterback. So they had that connection there. So it made sense that he can go there and mentor a rookie, possibly even well, that rookie being Trevor Lawrence, but probably not start over him, but be that mentor for him. And if they need to turn to Alex Smith, they could. That being said, I know Houston mentioned earlier in the offseason that they also had interest in Alex Smith should the Deshaun Watson situation blow up. So he was definitely getting a lot of interest, particularly in the AFC South. But I guess he decided after seeing that all these teams, were not really interested in giving him a starting lineup. I know that he himself talked about the Washington football team and how they really didn't want him to return. So perhaps that played a role into it. And who knows how difficult it was for him last year. We just know that it was a great story to come back from an injury like that. But he probably thought about it, and perhaps he's more interested now in life after football. I mean, just being able to make it back, that was an accomplishment in itself. So I was definitely happy to see Alex Smith be able to return. I mean, he's such a storied career when you think about it. He came into the league as the first overall pick. Anytime you come into the NFL as the first overall pick, that means you're going to the worst situation, obviously. There's going to be super high expectations, and most people never really live up to that. I mean, outside of Peyton Manning, in terms of quarterbacks, it's really hard to think of a lot of those first overall picks that turned out great. But Alex Smith, he was pretty successful, especially when the 49ers drafted him. I know he got off to a bit of a slow start career wise, but throughout his time with the 49ers, he ended up starting 75 games for the 49ers. His record was 38, 36, and 1. So he definitely had a winning record there. However, that was around the time that Colin Kaepernick came to the 49ers and then took over the regime there. But during that time, he also, from a touchdown and interception ratio perspective, let's see, his time with the 49ers, um, he had a total of 81 touchdown passes with the 49ers. So, that's definitely pretty good, especially over the span of 7 years. So he did good there. But when he went to Kansas City, he got even better. Being up under Andy Reid, that does a lot for a player because Andy Reid, he's done a tremendous job, obviously, with Patrick Mahomes with different skill sets there. But even with Alex Smith, although it wasn't at the MVP performance that we're seeing from Patrick Mahomes, it was still pretty good, especially considering, Alex Smith, more of a conservative quarterback. But I mean, every quarterback who's played for Andy Reid, for the most part, has had some of their better years, including guys like, Michael Vick when he went to the Eagles, and then Nick Foles, guys like that, who've been under Andy Reid for some time. They've been able to have success. Obviously, you can't forget Donovan McNabb, but the list goes on in terms of quarterbacks that he's had a lot of success with him being on the roster. Well, I mean, being on the coaching staff. So yeah, and just a tremendous career. I remember going back to the Alex Smith draft class, and at first Aaron Rodgers was dubbed the best quarterback early on, but then you know how things work in the whole leading up to the draft. They just started to liking Alex Smith a lot more, which caused Aaron Rodgers to drop significantly to where the Packers were able to pick him up. Worked out great for them, although we do question how happy Green Bay is with him now, but that's a whole different segment. But he definitely, as he won the MVP last year, so he definitely proved that he was indeed the best quarterback. But Alex Smith is certainly no one to sneeze at. He's had a tremendous career, absolutely tremendous career. And he's even made the Pro Bowl a couple times, going back to his 2013 season, 2016, and 2017. So to play in the league 15 years, that is definitely a success, considering how we saw many other first round pick quarterbacks, not even just focusing on first overall, flame out over the years. So Alex Smith is definitely one of the more successful ones. So that is fantastic for him. He's gotten to play in 7 playoff games. So yeah, definitely a tremendous player. Overall, throughout his career, he has thrown a total of 199 touchdowns, so just one shy of reaching 200. And he's had 109 interceptions. He's thrown for, let's see, 35,650 career passing yards. He's a career 63% accuracy on his passes. So, yeah, definitely a tremendous quarterback. And overall, finished with 99 wins, 67 losses, and 1 tie. So, just one shy of reaching that 100 mark. So, there you have it for Alex Smith. Definitely going to be sad to see him leave the game, especially since I wanted to see him do better than he did last year. But at the same time, I definitely understand and glad that he's able to this time walk away on his own in terms of stepping away from the game. So tremendous guy, great story. Happy for him and his family, and excited to see what he has in store for him next. Who knows? Maybe he can be a quarterback coach or something next season. But we'll see. But thank you so much for joining for this video. Really hope you appreciate it. And as always, as more news continues to drop, you can be sure to find it here. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely looking forward to bringing more news to you guys next time.